This is Todd with Neighborhood Cooking. Tonight I am going to be smoking a brisket. It is late. It's about 10:40, and I have a 12-pound brisket that I'm going to smoke, and my smoker named Bruce. All right. Here is a 12-pound prime brisket that we need to trim the fat off and get this seasoned up. All right, so there she is. We're going to trim this thick, hard piece of fat here because this does not render in the grill, in the smoker, and it's useless, and it's not a good taste to it. Then what I want to do is trim this fat to about 1/4 of an inch because we want to get some good fat just rendering down into the meat. So I'll go ahead and trim this down. And what you want, you want to kind of have the meat to be cold. It's easier to trim the fat because if it's warm, it's not as hard and your knife won't cut through it as easily. And there's two parts to this brisket. There's the flat, which is flat, and this is the point. The point is where you get all of your good tender meat. This will be a little more lean on the flat part. So I'm going to get this down to about 1/4 of an inch. All right, so I pretty much have the hard fat between the point and the flat taken out. I don't want to take everything out. I might take a little chunk of this out here. Let's get some of this hard, non-renderable fat out. It's just, you know, it won't render if it's a real hard, thick fat. All right, so it's pretty good. I took a little too much off here, but that's okay. I took some of the silver skin off, so it's looking pretty good, and I think it's ready to be seasoned. All right, so now that this is ready, what I use to help the seasoning stick to the meat, I use mustard, and then this is my own blend of spices. It has oregano, touch of cinnamon, salt, pepper, kosher salt, and thyme, and some other things. That's a secret. So I'll put the mustard on the brisket. Rub that in. I try to keep one hand clean so I can handle the other the ingredients bottles. I don't want to contaminate everything. I want to make sure I get the sides. And then I'll go ahead and add the seasoning to this side. I want to make sure I season the sides as well, so I'll press that. You don't want to rub the seasoning into the meat. Just press it on. You can give a generous amount, just not overpowering or just coating the brisket where you can't see anything. So it's just a generous amount. The seasoning that I have here, I can also use this with my ribs, my pork ribs. The only thing I do with this, so I call it all-purpose seasoning. So the only thing I do add when I'm cooking the ribs is brown sugar to this. So not much of a change in the seasoning, just the brown sugar. So now I want to put mustard on this side. And you won't taste the mustard from the after smoking it. So if you don't like the taste of mustard, it's okay. You really don't have to use anything if you don't want to. The meat just needs to be a little damp. And then if you have your own blend of spices, you can just do that, or just half and half kosher salt and cracked black pepper. So you can also keep it simple as long as you have a good smoke on it, using some good wood, not a dirty smoke. And what I mean by dirty smoke is if the coming out of the smoker, if the smoke is cloudy, you don't want that. It gives a bad taste to the meat. You want a clear, clean smoke coming out. I learned that the hard way. All right. So this looks good now. There's hardly any spices left on the cutting board. It's all on the meat. That mustard really helps. So next, I'll put this in the smoker, and maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, I'll check it and make sure the temperature's okay. I do have a thermometer that the alarm will go off if the temperature gets too high on the meat. But I want to cook this to about 180 degrees internal temperature. And then I have a peach paper that I'll wrap this in and set it in the cooler for about an hour, hour and a half. Internal temperature, I want to get to about 195, 200, somewhere around there. Also, the other thing I didn't tell you is when you get a brisket, you want to make sure that it folds like this, or if it's too stiff, that's not a cut of meat you want. It's more tender if it's more pliable. All right. We'll see you guys back in a minute, or hours in real time. So we'll see you soon. All right. So see what I mean? This is dark out here. So this is real. This is real. Right here we have the brisket. It's all ready to go. There's my smoker, Bruce. We're getting ready to put this in here, and let's see something delicious coming out of here. All right, people. This is what we've been waiting for. It's like Christmas morning. So I had this wrapped in peach paper and in a towel, and I put it inside of a cooler. So let's slice into this and see what we have. Open it up. See what it looks like. Woo! Look at that. That looks good. Doesn't it look good, Jai?
Yes.
Jackson?
Yes.
Mommy?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Can you grab that paper, ball it up for me, and put it in the garbage? Don't get the grease on you.
That's good.
Yes. All right. Thank you, sir. Ooh. So here's where I can see. This is the flat. You can see where the fat separates it here. And here's the point at the fatty part. This is the lean part. This is the fatty part. So what I want to do is I want to separate the two. Ooh, like butter.
Oh. That looks good in the inside.
It looks good on the inside?
Yeah. But on the outside it doesn't. Kind of juicy.
Kind of juicy. That's real juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Mm-mm.
Too juicy.
Is there such thing as too juicy? Oh. I don't know, boys. I think we need to test this. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes? So you want to cut across the grain. You don't have to get any gloves.
Okay.
You want to cut across the grain, and the grain is running this way. So I want to slice this way.
Okay.
John, push it up on the counter.
So again, we want to go across the grain. Let's just get this end part off here. Ooh. Look at that. See that?
Mouse. That looks like some bone right there. I see some. I think I see some bone. Okay. No, yeah, I looked at it. No, it's not bone.
All right. This looks really good. See how that is? Want to be able to take the brisket and just be able to pull it. Don't want it to fall apart. But like I said, this is the fatty part. And this is the kind of bark you want. Just get a nice bark. It's not crusty or crunchy. Just has a nice coating on it. Penetrates the meat. This is going to be good. All right, we'll come back and do a little taste test and let you know how it is. All right, we're back for the taste test. We already tasted, to be honest, but we wanted to do a little bit on camera just to show you how tender and juicy this is. Hold on, don't pull the plate. So, I want you guys to tell me what you think.
All right,
You just take a little bite. There you go.
See? Juicy.
Very tender.
Yeah.
I cooked this to about 185, and then I wrapped it in peach paper, and then wrapped that in just an old clean towel, and I put it in the cooler for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then that's when I pulled it out and cut it. You want to let the juices just disperse in the meat, and you don't want to cut it right away when you take it out of the smoker, because if you do that and you cut it right away, all the juices will just come out of the meat. So I think we're going to do another taste test with my homemade barbecue sauce.
Scorpio sauce.
They call it Scorpio sauce. And let's see what this tastes like. Here, I'll just put some on little pieces. All right, grab one. There you go.
Scorpio sauce here.
So juicy.
Haven't tasted this in a long time.
God made just one. Let's see.
Kind of spicy though. No, I didn't taste it.
This one likes ketchup on everything. He doesn't want to put barbecue sauce on anything.
No.
So
You gotta try this.
wow, this is really, really good. It's not even noon yet, and I think this will have to just be my lunch.
It's good.
Very good. So I hope you like the videos. Trying to get better. Try to give you more detail, more content. Just hit the subscribe button below. And hopefully I'll get better, more energized, and have fun in these videos. But sometimes get a little nervous, a little new to it. And I think when you get ideas, or some of my family members are giving me critiques, I have a bunch of little family editors. So this is, but this should be fun. They're starting to enjoy it. See you soon.